Hi everyone, welcome to Pilates Day 2. I hope you're all really well. Get outside because it's an absolute day. I've just been out for a long run in the frost and the mist and it was just so gorgeous. So make sure you get outside, get some fresh air and some vitamin D as well. Okay, so today's session we are going to be doing some 4-point kneeling, getting some spinal mobilization and really just powering up your shoulders, getting them moving and hopefully just undoing all that time that you spend sitting down or standing. So we're going to come into our 4-point kneeling position. Now, if you are suffering with your knees or your wrists, you might need to use a little cushion like this. And that's just going to give you a little bit of extra padding on the floor. So you can either place it beneath your knees or you can rest the heels of your hands on it. And that's going to take the pressure off this area. If you don't need it, that's absolutely fine. So we will set ourselves up with our knees directly beneath our hips and our hands directly beneath our shoulders with lots of space between our fingers. And make sure that the insides of your elbows are facing each other rather than pointing forward. Okay, so from here, try and lengthen your legs out behind you and press through your arms so you're not just kind of slouching down towards the floor. You're really nice and connected here, being really super strong. So to start with, we're going to go into something called a shoulder drop. The point of this exercise is just to get our shoulder girdle moving and ease out any tension that you're holding around your neck and the top of your shoulders. So what I'd like you to do is as you breathe out, just keep your arms straight and then just lower your breastbone down towards the floor as if you're pinching your shoulders together behind your spine. And then as you inhale, press away. So you're keeping your arms completely still. And the movement is coming from the shoulder girdle, just wrapping around the back of your rib cage. Okay, so pinching your shoulders together and pressing away. Now to maintain this position, you're also going to need to use your core muscles. So bring your tummy button in towards your spine and feel really strong and connected through the lower part of your torso. So I'm going to do a few more of these. You might find that you've got a little bit less movement in one shoulder than in the other, and that's completely normal. You tend to hold tension a lot more, especially if you're right-handed or left-handed. That doesn't make any sense. Basically, if you're right-handed, you tend to be a little bit more tight on your right side, and if you're left-handed, the same applies to that side as well. Okay, so let's go a few more times, and you might find that as your body begins to warm up a bit, you've got a little bit more movement. And we're going to go 2 more times here, sinking down, pressing away, and our final time, and coming back up. Good. So from here, we're going to go into a cat. So our cat, we're just mobilizing our entire spine, getting our core muscles working, really just moving each vertebrae one at a time. So from the same 4-point kneeling position, I'd like you to breathe in. And as you breathe out, just tuck your tailbone underneath you, tuck your pelvis under, and one bone at a time start to flex along your spine until your head comes down, pressing your mid back up towards the ceiling. And then extend away. I'm going to pass through on neutral. Send your breastbone forward and your bottom backwards, so you're really deepening the arch in your spine. And you go again, going to exhale, tuck your tailbone under, one bone at a time, rolling all the way up, pressing the mat away, head coming down last of all. And inhale, press back through neutral, bottom going backwards, breastbone going forwards, really deepening that lumbar spine. Now, some of you might have more extension than I do, some of you might have less. So don't worry about how far you can go, just focus on this lovely sequential flowing movement. This is going to feel really nice for your spine. Warm yourself up. Really lovely. Okay, so going 3 more times here, breathing out, rolling all the way underneath, pressing the mat away. Inhaling, going back through neutral, and 2 more times here. Tucking all the way under, pressing the mat away. Good, keeping the weight evenly distributed through all of your limbs. And our final one here. And coming back through to our start position, send your bottom over your heels if you can, and just sit up to give your wrists a bit of a rest. So roll them round, get rid of any tension you're holding through there. Give your fingers a little bit of a wriggle as well. I'm going to go back into 4-point kneeling. We're going to get our glutes and the back of our legs fired up now with some single leg lifts. So 4-point kneeling once again. Just take some time to find your neutral spinal pelvis. So you can do a few little pelvic tilts. So that's where you're just tucking your tailbone under and sticking it out. You can feel how your spine flexes and extends. So find somewhere halfway in between where your core muscles are switched on and you're neither sticking your bottom out now tucking it under too much. All right, so this time as we inhale, we're going to slide one leg back, keeping our toes on the floor. And as we exhale, float up so it's level, your foot is level with your hips. Lower down on the inhale, exhale to come up. Now, as you do this, keep everything in your torso working hard so that you're not moving around in there, okay? So your hips should remain square to the floor and your shoulders square as well. You're going to do 6 leg lifts. So by now you should be feeling the back of your legs and your glutes switched on. And bring that knee back under. Now if you want to check that you're doing this exercise correctly, you can grab something to balance on the back of your spine. So I've got this squishy ball here, but you can use a cushion if you like, or anything else that you've got handy. So if this ball falls off, we know that I'm not doing it correctly. So let's go on the other leg now. So we're inhaling to slide, long leg here. Exhale, float up, lower down. Okay, so really feeling all these core muscles switching on. The muscles around your spine and your pelvic floor and your hip are going to be working super hard as well. So keep that leg as long as possible. Really reach to your toes. Going to go 2 more times. Breathing out, lengthening up. I can really feel this now. 1 more time. And draw that knee back in. Okay, let's go once more on each side. So breathing in, breathing out, and lifting. And lift. Good. Three, and 2, and 1. Good. And bring your knee back. Make sure that you're still pressing the mat away from you and not collapsing down through your shoulders. We're going to go on the other side as well now. So sliding and lift. Do your best to keep your hips stable. Keep both sides of your waist long and keep your toe button just sucking up towards your spine. That internal corset is switched on. 2 and 1. Excellent. Bring that knee back in and get rid of that ball. Okay, so just taking another rest. It can be quite hard work for your shoulders and your arms and your wrists if you're not used to being in this position, but by having this weight loading on your arms, it's actually really good for your bone density and your bone health. Okay, so now going to go into our arms. So back to 4-point kneeling. This time, so your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. As we inhale, we slide the arm away. Exhale, float the arm up so that it is level with your head if you can. Bring that arm back down and return. Okay, so we're inhaling, exhale, pause here, come back down and return. So again, trying to make sure that your shoulders are level with the floor and you're getting this flexion of the shoulder. Okay, so lifting the arm up, keeping your shoulders square. You'll feel the weight just transferring between your hands. So we're going from one arm to the other arm, keeping toe muscles still switched on. It's really easy to start swaying around in your body here. Good. Bring the arm down and return. We're going to go 2 more times on each side. Don't worry if you can't bring the arm up all the way. If you start to find that you're moving your body and able to lift your arm up, just move in your own range of movement, okay? So some of you might only get about 45 degrees off the floor. That's absolutely fine. And as you get warmer, you might find again that you've got more movement through here. Okay, super. So now we're going to put those 2 exercises together to do something called a tabletop 2. So this requires quite a lot of balance, a lot of coordination, core strength as well, and it's just a really nice challenge. So 4-point kneeling once again. This time as we inhale, we're going to slide opposite arm and leg away from us. And as we exhale, float them up so that they're level with your shoulder and your hip. Lower back down with control and return. So throughout this, make sure you've still got these toe muscles switched on. You're square to the floor. So let's go again. Inhale and exhale. Lower down and return. Super. So if you want to, again, you can grab that cushion or that ball and pop it on the back of your spine. And hopefully it's not going to fall off. So slide and lift. Okay, it might make you be a little bit more careful. It's really, really easy to sway from side to side by knowing that there's something on the back of your spine that could fall off. It just makes you a little bit more aware of where you are in space like that. Okay, let's do one more to each side. So inhale and exhale. It's going to fall off. I've lost it. Down and through. And our final side. Inhale and exhale, lengthening through your fingers and your toes. Bring your feet back down, return and sit back onto your heels. And then come to sitting, stretch your legs out, give your knees a little bit of a rub, roll your wrists around. I'm going to take 2 final breaths, so breathing in and out to reach all the way up, press the air away. And one more time, reaching all the way up and press the air away. And give yourself a clap. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a lovely day, get outside and enjoy the sunshine. Bye-bye.